How's it going, everybody? Back for an update. This is from the dig that Eli and I went on to the warehouse. I already showed off the two records I picked up at the antique mall. Didn't buy a whole lot this time. I always have a stack of records that are waiting for me, and I picked out a couple others, and I just didn't have a whole lot of money to spend. But I'm glad Eli. If you haven't seen this video, check it out. He found a lot of good records. Um, just had a whole lot of fun digging at the antique mall, the warehouse. Just hanging out with Eli, having him here was fun. Shooting the shit, hanging out, talking records, the vinyl community, a little bit of everything. It was fun. So, once again, thank you, Eli, for making the trip out here. I'm sure it was well worth the trip. So, once again, if you haven't checked out Eli's video, check it out. He found a lot of cool stuff. So, I only have a couple records to show. I didn't buy a whole lot, as I mentioned. Every time I go there, he prices out the records, and there's always a stack there. And from that stack, I pick, just a few here and there, because I could end up spending thousands of dollars at that warehouse. If I could, I would, but I can't, so I won't. So, I picked up a few, so just going to jump right into it. This is the first one, Two Loves by the Duke Jordan Trio. It's on the Inner City label, which is another jazz label I'm really fond of. I have a few records on the Inner City label. What's kind of was a bummer about this one was I went to play it the day I bought it, and it's got like a, I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of got like a little bit of a warp, like a tongue right on the edge. So I went to play it. It was not playing. So I may return this, bring it back to him, and tell him I'll switch it out for another copy, or maybe just get some credit, because it was a brand new record. It was still sealed, but I'm assuming it was the way it was like stacked on the shelf. Maybe this one was pressed up against something. I don't know, but couldn't listen to the first track on both sides. So I listened to like the second track, the third track. It's a really good record. Two Loves by Duke Jordan Trio, but I might take it back and see if I could do something about it. But yeah, as I mentioned, the Inner City label. There's a lot of albums on this label that I really enjoy. I have, like I said, I only have a few in the collection, but the ones that I do have, I really enjoy them. So I always keep an eye out for that. This record was just amazing in my opinion. May Dance by Teru Masahino, I believe is how it's pronounced. This also was sealed. I listened to this 2 or 3 times already. This too is on the Inner City label. And this record is beautiful. This record is absolutely amazing jazz record. Beautiful record. Teru Masahino on trumpet, John Scofield on guitar, Ron Carter on bass, and Tony Williams on drums. So this album is amazing. Amazing album in my opinion. I absolutely love it. May Dance by Teru Masahino. Awesome album. Had to pick this up. I'm a huge Hall & Oates fan. Give me shit if you want, but I love Hall & Oates. This is a great album. Their later albums turn up all the time around here. Their late 70s, early 80s albums. This album I've never seen. This is Whole Oates by John Hall and Daryl Oates. I believe this is their first album, so I was really excited to find this. This was still sealed too, so I spun this last night. Very laid back, kind of soul, the Daryl Hall, the blue-eyed soul, the Daryl Hall and John Oates sound. Very good record. I was very happy to pick this up. So for the right price too. It was still sealed and it sounds great. So Daryl Hall and John Oates. Whole Oates. Also picked this one. This might be their second or third album. I'm not too sure. Hall and Oates, Abandoned Luncheonette. This was a used record. This was it's in amazing shape though. As Eli mentioned in his video, all the records, he has sealed records, which obviously are sealed, never been played. But even the used records are in just like immaculate shape. So such crisp edges, and the gatefolds are just in such great shape. So, Abandoned Luncheonette by Hall & Oates. I believe the second or third album, maybe. Not too sure. But I was excited to find this. I've seen other people in the VC show this off. As I mentioned, I'm a huge Hall & Oates fan. Really happy to get this. And records like this don't turn up around here. I mean, you'll find plenty of copies of Voices and like Private Eyes, but those records don't show up too often. Wes Montgomery, A Day in the Life. Actually, I was digging there right by Elias, and this is in amazing shape too. I was digging right next to him, and I found this whole section of Wes Montgomery. And I have 2 or 3 Wes Montgomery records in my collection. I really, really enjoy them. And Elias actually recommended this one. This is A Day in the Life. It has Eleanor Rigby on it, The Joker, When a Man Loves a Woman. And this is on A&M Records, but it's also has the CTI stamp down there. It was arranged and conducted by Don Sebesky. I have a solo album by him, so I'm excited to give this a spin. Wes Montgomery, A Day in the Life. Then I found, once again, I was just thumbing through the used section, and I picked this up. Wilson Pickett's Greatest Hits. It's a 2-record set. I mean, when Eli was telling me about, Hey Jude, who has Duane Allman on guitar, so I was excited to pick this up. I have one other Wilson Pickett record. Once again, I don't come across Wilson Pickett records too much, so I figured this for the price, this would be perfect. It's a Greatest Hits 2-record set on the Atlantic label there, so, and it is in just such great condition, so really happy to pick that. Wilson Pickett's Greatest Hits. There's 2 more. Yes, Time and a Word. I did not have this album in the Yes collection. One of the 2, maybe, one of the 1 or 2 Yes albums I was missing that I really wanted. Time and a Word is an awesome, awesome album by Yes. Early, 1970. So, this is their second or third album. So, really happy to find this. For the price was right, and I can now add to my Yes collection. One of the ones I was missing. Once again, in amazing condition. John Anderson, Chris Squire, Bill Bruford, Tony Kaye, and Peter Banks. Time and a Word by Yes. Excited to find that. And the last record I had found, was happy to find this too. Ron Carter, Yellow and Green. This record too was sealed. It's on the CTI label. As I mentioned, I really dig a lot of records on the CTI Kudu label. I had a few in my collection, and then I started chatting with Hussa, and he kept spinning these records that were on the CTI label or Kudu label, and really, really dig them. This is a great album. Ron Carter, Yellow and Green. Very laid back. Ron Carter is a bass player, jazz bass player. His bass playing is amazing, of course, but very laid back, mellow jazz record. And also the other personnel on this album would be Ron Carter on bass. Billy Cobham appears on drums. One of my favorite drummers, probably of all time, Billy Cobham. Hugh McCracken on guitar. Kenny Barron on piano. So I've listened to this twice. This also had a little bit of a warp on it, but it wasn't so bad that my knee would skip. So Ron Carter, Yellow and Green. I have 2 other records by Ron Carter. Really love his bass playing. Really love his style, laid back. Once again on the CTI label. So very good record. Very happy to pick this up. So yeah. So that was it. Just a handful of records I found. I left a few there because I ran into some issues financially. Not my fault, but I'm just going to leave it at that. So yeah, I was really happy to find what I found. You know, some Hall & Oates. Love me some Hall & Oates. Some Ron Carter, yes. Wilson Pickett, Wes Montgomery. A little bit of everything. I want to show this again. May Dance by Tu Masahino. This is an amazing, amazing record in my opinion. If you love jazz music, this record is just fucking awesome. It's on the Inner City label. And like I said, keep an eye out for any records on Inner City label. Really seem to impress me. Plus, Ron Carter, Tony Williams, John Scofield is the backing band. So, amazing. Amazing album. So, and once again, hopefully I'm going to take this one back and trade it in or get some credit or something because it's got a hell of a warp on it. So, yeah, that's it, everybody. Once again, thanks, Eli, for stopping out. I appreciate it. You know, I would love to go digging with more of these Sears. I know, Vance, you're nearby, and, you know, we've tried meeting up in the past, but our schedules it didn't work out. So hopefully we can make something happen sometime soon. This summer would be a blast. Plenty of records for everybody. It is just amazing. It's a fun place to dig. The gentleman that owns it even offered us food, drink, hanging out with him, talking. It was a lot of fun. Plus, it's the right price, too. I mean, if you buy in quantity, he's going to give you a deal, and yeah, and I'll get 10% off too for anyone I bring. So that's kind of how I afforded most of the records. I got 10% off my off Eli's total. So yes, but that's it, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. You know, go check out. Me and Eli did a video. Check it out if you haven't. Check out Eli's video. He found some really awesome stuff. Found some great records he's going to be sending out as VCLT. So, everyone, be good. Take care of yourselves. Thanks for tuning in. And as always, we'll talk soon.